JBN, we keep you informed. Coming up in the news today, businessman convicted for possession of cocaine. Police seeks help to identify men murdered in Rockfort. Man killed in crash in St. Elizabeth. Motorcyclist dies in crash in Clarendon. Lupus to be covered by NHF. Man in custody after stabbing death of Portland woman. Suspected suicide in St. Thomas, and a bus driver granted bail for a fatal crash involving tourists. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Businessman convicted for possession of cocaine. A 32-year-old businessman from Welcome in Hanover was convicted when he appeared before the parish court on Tuesday, March 19, to answer to charges stemming from a cocaine bust in June 2017. The man, Denmark McGee, charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, and attempting to export cocaine, is to be sentenced on Friday, April 5. Reports are that on June 28, 2017, about 6:45 p.m., McGee was traveling along the roadway in Welcome when he was stopped and searched by the lawmen. During the search, 7 parcels containing 17 pounds of cocaine with an estimated street value of $8 million was found, the police said. Police seeks help to identify men murdered in Rockfort. Detectives assigned to the Helliston Road Criminal Investigations Branch, CIB, are seeking the public's assistance in identifying 2 men who were shot dead by unknown assailants in Pleasant Heights, Rockfort, Kingston 2 on Tuesday, March 19. One of the bodies is of dark complexion, slim built, about 5 feet 11 inches long, and appears to be in his early 40s. He was clad in a black sweatshirt, blue jeans, and black and white sneakers. The other is of brown complexion, slim built, about 5 feet 10 inches long, and appears to be in his mid-30s. He was clad in a grey and white shirt and multicolored shorts. Reports are that about 11:45 p.m., citizens heard explosions and summoned the police, who found the men with gunshot wounds. They were subsequently pronounced dead at the hospital. The police are now appealing to anyone who may be able to identify the bodies or assist with their investigations to contact the Elliston Road CIB at 876-928-4200. That's 876-928-4200, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Man killed in crash in St. Elizabeth. 22-year-old Noel Facey, a mason of Springfield District in St. Elizabeth, died from injuries he sustained in a motor vehicle collision on the Parrot Main Road in the parish on Tuesday, March 19, the police have reported. According to the Black River Police, Facey was driving a Toyota Corolla motor car with a male passenger aboard about 9 p.m. He allegedly lost control of the vehicle and collided in a tree along a section of the roadway. Both men were taken to hospital, where Facey was pronounced dead and the passenger admitted in serious condition. Motorcyclist dies in crash in Clarendon. The police are reporting that 30-year-old Sean Shand of Scotts District, Milk River in Clarendon, died from injuries he sustained in a motor vehicle collision on the Scotts Main Road in the parish on Tuesday, March 19. Reports from the Maven police are that Shand, who was driving a black Ramacom motorcycle about 5:30 a.m., allegedly lost control of the vehicle and collided in the rear of a Toyota Hiace minibus that was traveling in the same direction. Shand was thrown from his motorcycle and received multiple injuries. He was transported to the Mapen Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Lupus to be covered by NHF. Lupus is to be added to the list of conditions to be covered by the National Health Fund, NHF, by April 30. Lupus is an autoimmune disease in which the immune system attacks organs of the body. It is estimated that 6,000 individuals in Jamaica have the condition, with the vast majority being females. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the disease is very expensive to manage. Another young lady told me how she graduated from law school at 23 years old, but she's now battling with lupus. She said it costs between $50,000 and $60,000 per month. Of course, not everyone can afford this, he said. The coverage of subsidies for the treatment of lupus is estimated to cost the NHF $340 million. Over the last 15 years, the fund has provided $30 billion in subsidies for pharmaceuticals to NHF card holders living with 16 chronic illnesses. Man in custody for stabbing death of Portland woman. The Portland police have taken a male suspect into custody in connection with the stabbing death of a woman in Portland in the parish on Monday. The deceased woman has been identified as Ebony Harris of a Portland address. Reports are that about 5 p.m. the woman was in a bar on William Street in Port Antonio when she was approached by a man. The two got engaged in an argument during which the man reportedly used a knife to stab Harris multiple times before fleeing the scene. Harris was assisted to the hospital where she died while undergoing treatment. The incident marked 5 reported homicides in Portland since the start of the year. Suspected suicide in St. Thomas. A farmer is suspected to have committed suicide after his body was found hanging from a piece of wire inside his house in Hampstead District, St. Thomas on Sunday. The deceased man has been identified as 50-year-old Anthony Anderson. The police reported that about 9:30 a.m. concerned residents visited Anderson's home in the community after he was not seen for a number of days. The residents found Anderson's body hanging from a piece of wire, which was tied around his neck and suspended from the ceiling of the house. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, the scene was processed and the body removed to a hospital where death was confirmed. A post-mortem examination is to be conducted at a later date. The St. Thomas police are continuing their investigations into the incident. Bus driver granted bail for a fatal crash involving tourists. The St. Anne police have arrested and charged a bus driver whose vehicle hit down an American tourist on the Bull Point Main Road in Oturaya, St. Anne last week, resulting in the visitor's death. The accused man, 51-year-old Neville Phillips, was charged with causing death by dangerous driving in relation to the death of 60-year-old Mark Johnson of California in the United States. Phillips was brought before the St. Anne Parish Court on Friday and was granted bail in the sum of $500,000. He is to reappear in court on Thursday, April 4. Police reports indicated on Monday, March 11 at about 1:45 p.m., Johnson, who is a cruise ship passenger on the island, was walking along the sidewalk with his wife when he was hit by a public passenger bus that was being driven by Phillips. The American was taken to the hospital where he later died. Phillips was taken into custody following the incident and was subsequently charged by investigators. A day after the incident, the Tourism Ministry issued a statement indicating that the Jamaica Tourist Board and the Jamaica Vacations were assisting the families of 2 cruise ship passengers, including that of Johnson, who died tragically in Oturaya, St. Anne. According to the statement from the ministry, one of the tourists was killed in a crash while the other died from a heart attack on Monday, March 11. The ministry at that time did not reveal the identities of the foreigners. In addition, it said it could not divulge details of the incident. However, it said its teams had been in touch with all relevant parties to provide the necessary assistance. I would like to offer my condolences to the family and friends of both visitors during this very difficult time, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett said at that time. He also said the ministry was deeply saddened by both tragedies. Holness and 5 other Caribbean leaders to meet with Trump. The White House says U.S. President Donald Trump will meet with leaders of 5 Caribbean nations, including Jamaica, on Friday, in an effort to strengthen cooperation on security and trade issues. The meeting at Mar-a-Lago, the president's Florida resort, will feature Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, as well as the leaders of the Bahamas, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and St. Lucia, according to the White House. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says Trump will use the meeting to thank the leaders for their support for peace and democracy in Venezuela. She says Trump will discuss potential opportunities for energy investment. She says the United States remains a good friend to the Caribbean and seeks to build on a proud legacy as the region's partner of choice. Jamaica was among 18 other members of the Organization of American States that voted not to recognize the embattled Nicolas Maduro as Venezuela's leader following presidential elections that were boycotted by the country's opposition. Mandela Highway project more than 90% complete. The National Works Agency NAA has confirmed that the redevelopment of Mandela Highway, known formally as the Mandela Highway Realignment and Reconstruction Project, is a bit more than 90% complete. In an interview with the State Information Agency JIS, Ramona Lawson, Senior Communications Officer at the National Works Agency, said activities are now focused on pavement work, with several sections in the vicinity of the 6 miles interchange asphalted recently. The first lift of asphalt has been applied to the ramp on the westbound carriageway, which will be used to access the overhead bridge. Ms. Lawson said the Q ramp on the opposite side has been prepared for asphalting. She added that construction of the second half of the box culvert near 6 miles is now complete, and works are ongoing to get the area up to base level and to prepare it for paving. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.